Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome back if you're a returning viewer. And for anyone new, I would like to clarify that although I may make jokes or point out possible shortcomings, I'm really just making light of a wonderful game and even more wonderful franchise. Only one quick announcement, and I'll be repeating myself, but I will no longer be featuring the full clips on TikTok. Sorry. If you enjoy my other content, expect to see that, but these videos are going to be reserved for YouTube only, and this will only be a preview. So please, check out my page, my YouTube link is there, or you can search the 90s router and find me that way. For anyone who may be upset or disappointed by this, I will say that I did ask for suggestions or requests on my previous videos, but no one reached out, so this is how it is now. Released in 1996 by Capcom for PlayStation, Resident Evil was the first installment of a beloved series that has since carried over to porn. Although don't waste your time looking for its OnlyFans account, I already tried. The game opens from the first-person perspective of an Apache helicopter making its rounds and minding its own business, when out of nowhere it spots another helicopter that's become the victim of a horrific hate crime. The team lands to find Kevin, a white cisgender male, so not incredibly important, dead in the cockpit. After some more routine searching, Joseph finds a playful pack of wild dogs who appear to be friendly at first and oh, never mind. Ugh. Aw, can we keep them? Hi, I'm Denny the Doberman, and I'm here to welcome all of you to Spencer Mansion. While Joseph is getting the first-hand experience of being a chew toy, the group use this as an opportunity to make their way back to the chopper. But whoopsie, it looks like your pilot forgot something back at base. God damn it, Brad, you. The group continue forward looking for shelter before reaching a mansion and casually letting themselves inside. Aren't you STARS members? Shouldn't you be better equipped to handle anything? I mean, you're a group that handles anti-terrorist activity in urban areas. Is wild dogs really where you draw the line? Anyways, after a brief head count, no, Jill, I don't think Joseph's doing too well. They realize they're missing Barry.
But Barry, this is Chris's story.
After a gunshot is heard in another part of the building, Albert Wesker sends Chris Redfield to check out the noise. By the way, I'm using Chris's perspective for this recap. Don't worry why. I have my reasons. And it really doesn't change the outcome, or at least canon, so why not? Chris approaches the location from which the gunshot was heard, hunting knife in hand. Jesus Christ, Chris. Keep in mind that you broke into someone else's home and not the other way around. We approach someone kneeling on the ground, eating something, and, excuse me, sir? Oh, thank God, it's just some guy with a skin disease. After he, or she, is dispatched, Chris returns to find his companions have disappeared. After a bit of exploration, oh, hi there, Chris runs into Bravo team members Rebecca Chambers and Richard Aiken. Richard is currently complaining about some minor bicep pain with some additional swelling from a snake bite he acquired earlier, and honestly, from a medical perspective, I think he looks fine. He's treated to a serum that does absolutely nothing besides knock him out and make him harder to carry. Chris and Rebecca move Richard to a more secure room before Chris continues exploring. Oh my, this is embarrassing. Wait, aren't you the guy from before? How did you get all the way over here? Chris eventually decides to take a break from the routine B&E for some R&R, but soon realizes he's absolute on the piano before Rebecca enters and offers to take a crack at it. For whatever reason, she's determined to play Moonlight Sonata, but she just needs to warm up first. A lot of leisurely downtime for a group running around a monster-filled umbrella lab disguised as a mansion. Chris gives Rebecca some space while he goes to check to see how Richard is recovering. Oh, he's dead. Back to Rebecca, she's finally completed it, and just in time as Chris arrives to find a secret entrance within the mansion. If you aren't following up to this point, don't worry, you definitely won't catch up later. Let's continue. During Chris's exploration, he finds various articles and collected data as he makes his way into an underground facility that's been flooded. Holy shit, Richard, you're alive! Hold on, buddy, I'm coming. Oh, never mind. Chris eventually meets back with Rebecca, and Chris informs Rebecca that Richard is currently indisposed. Maybe if you paid attention to your surroundings. Soon after, we meet up with Wesker again. It's nighttime in a dimly lit mansion, and this mother wearing shades still. He informs Chris that Jill and himself got separated and instructs Chris to reinvestigate the mansion. God damn, you're still alive? Yep. Remember all that that you did before? Uh-huh. You should do it again. You got it, sir. No questions asked. What a dumbass. Chris intercepts a broken message from that useless sack of turds, Brad, requesting response, but unfortunately Chris isn't able to communicate to tell him what a spineless coward he is. Oh, I think we found that snake Richard was on about. We return to Rebecca, who's currently being pursued by Mark Zuckerberg in his natural form. Oh, I was so scared. No, you were fine. I saw my life flash before my eyes. Was it short and pointless? Take me with you, please. Yeah, that's not how this works. but I'll die on my own. Good luck. Chris begins to uncover the story behind Spencer Mansion. After its inception in the 1960s, which was fitted with secret passages and hidden rooms to help house an underground lab which Oswell Spencer would employ his company Umbrella Pharmaceuticals to experiment with and develop top-secret bioweapons for the U.S. military. After the development of its E-strain virus, it was accidentally released into the facility and began infecting staff members. Those in the beginning suffered tragic ends. Necrosis of the flesh, brain damage, uncontrollable diarrhea, clearly a fate worse than death. And then they died. The others would eventually become infected and would end their own lives to avoid the suffering, while a certain suspicious flat top would cut off communications and seal their fates. Those sunglasses look so damn familiar, but I can't place them. Uh-oh, seems to be one of our team members has been captured. Jill informs us that Wesker has been behind everything. Oh yeah, Wesker! I forgot! He told me to search the mansion again. I'll be right back, Jill. Rebecca chases Chris down and we proceed together to meet up with Wesker for the final time. Wesker informs us that he's been working for Umbrella since the beginning. He informs us that the STARS team was essentially his side project and that he had to use them to re-enter the labs to collect crucial data before disposing of them. Wesker then proceeds to shoot Rebecca, knocking her out before releasing a bioweapon codenamed Tyrant. Wesker is overjoyed by the monster, unable to restrain himself. But unfortunately, the monster doesn't reciprocate the same feelings. The Tyrant pursues Chris, asserting dominance with his massive stature. The Tyrant is eventually knocked out and Chris tends to Rebecca. They both escape the room and Rebecca remembers that this mansion is a complete storm death trap that would be better as a crater than anything else and proposes to engage a convenient self-destruct sequence. Good luck, Rebecca! She's a good kid. I'm definitely leaving her ass behind though. We return to Jill's cell for the final trek as Brad informs us that he's found his courage. It was just hiding up his ass along with his thumb. Chris reaches the rooftop to set off a signal and Rebecca and Jill regroup. They're almost out, but the Tyrant appears once more to say his final goodbyes and to reiterate how unnecessarily goddamn large he is. Alrighty, the team is ready to go. The pilot is about to land. The Tyrant is in pieces about the whole event. Time to wrap it up. Listen, I'm glad we all made it out of there, but if not for that mansion and the endless research and evidence corroborating our stories, no one would ever believe... Oh, never mind. And there you have Resident Evil. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I do apologize if the story was a bit janky. This is my first time covering a game with two different storylines. I try my best to cover the main plot points and then just kind of goof around with the rest of it, so... Once again, thank you guys so much. If you guys did enjoy, don't be afraid to hit that sub button and feel free to share with friends and family. And stay tuned for Resident Evil 2. Also, please let me know in the comments section which story you would like me to cover, Leon's or Claire's. Otherwise, I'll make the choice myself. Okay, Jill, you're going to have to chill the out and find somewhere else to put your head, or I swear to God, I will yeet you from this moving helicopter.